Hello, everyone. I'm Sign1News anchor Vanessa Paloma Bajarnik. Here are the top trending international news stories in ISL. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. The Women's World Cup has officially kicked off in Australia and New Zealand. However, before the matches started, players remembered the two victims of Auckland's mass shooting with a moment of silence. Right after the moment of silence, there was a terrific match and huge upset win for New Zealand against Norway, winning 1-0. It is the first time the New Zealand side has ever beaten a European side. India Prime Minister Narendra Modi finally broke his silence on the ethnic violence against two women being dragged naked through a crowd of dozens of fully clothed men, then being gang raped in the state of Manipur. The graphic violence was shown on social media, leading to massive protests. Police in India have now arrested 4 people. Modi condemned the assault and promised to take tough measures against the accused attackers. For several nights this week, Russian missiles targeted the southern Ukrainian region of Odesa, hitting grain warehouses overnight. According to Ukrainian officials, the Russians carried out their attack from a missile carrier in the Black Sea, and that 2 people were injured in an explosion. Officials did not release information on how many missiles were fired, but said that direct hits on grain terminals destroyed 100 tons of peas and 20 tons of barley. The Ukrainian military says the attacks are part of Moscow's efforts to destroy Ukraine's ability to export food after pulling out of the Black Sea grain deal. But Moscow says it is retaliating for Ukraine's strike on the bridge linking Crimea to Russia. Several people were reportedly shot after protesters and security forces clashed during anti-government protests in Kenya. At least 1 protester died and another was being treated for injuries. 2 people in Nairobi were also shot and injured, according to Citizen TV and NTV. Opposition leaders have called on Kenyans to protest as anger grows over a slew of unpopular tax hikes. They say the hikes threaten to worsen the economic strain already facing many in the country. Despite a court order to temporarily halt the hikes, the government increased a levy on petroleum products, causing a jump in fuel prices. Iran is cracking down on women's freedoms again. State media report the country's so-called morality police have resumed controversial patrols to impose the country's strict Islamic dress code, including the hijab. Officials say those who don't comply may face legal action. The move comes 10 months after the death of Mahsa Amini. She is the woman who died in police custody after she was detained for allegedly not wearing her hijab correctly. Temperatures are so hot in Europe, the European Union has issued a red alert for 17 nations. The alert covers most of Italy, southern Spain, Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, and Montenegro. 9 regions in France were placed under orange warning for intense heat this week. And the searing heat is making it difficult to get control over wildfires burning in 3 areas of Greece. A 54-year-old Australian man is back on dry land after a scary 3 months at sea. A crew of a Mexican tuna boat found Timothy Shattuck and his dog, Bella, in a catamaran 1,200 miles from land in the Pacific Ocean. They were brought on board and given food and water. Shattuck told reporters his time at sea was hell and he needed rest, but otherwise he was okay. However, Shattuck has yet to explain how he and his dog got trapped at sea in the first place. Rescuers are just happy the story has a happy ending. Sign1News will be broadcasting international news updates every Sunday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.